Helldivers. Today I wanted to share my thoughts about the up-and-coming new Warbond in Helldivers 2 that's set to come out on the 2nd of December. And it's pretty promising in my opinion, but I did want to bring some points up that I feel like may be necessary for these weapons to actually succeed in the hands of Helldivers. So, as you can see, the Python Commandos Premium Warbond on December 2, and here's a little list of what it comes with: a minigun and a combination assault rifle and grenade launcher, and some camo pattern and more. So first, let's talk about the minigun. I feel like this could really serve a niche, but considering that it's a support weapon and it has a backpack slot, it needs to be good. It needs to be better than the heavy machine gun, and it needs to be on par with something like the recoilless rifle. Because if the only selling point is a lot of ammunition, then you can just get that with the supply backpack and heavy machine gun. So it needs to be, definitely must be, at least heavy armor penetrating and deal more damage per bullet than the heavy machine gun, in my opinion. Because if you're just going to fire the heavy machine gun and spray a barrage of bullets, then, it's like, what are you selling me with this minigun? Are you just selling me a side grade to the heavy machine gun that's worse because it comes with a backpack? So yeah, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but they have to balance this minigun correctly for it to have any sort of relevancy in the game's meta. It looks really good though. I have to say that it looks really good. Next up is the hot dog, the flamethrower war dog, K9, and I mean it looks good. I am 100% sure that it's going to be incredibly powerful when it comes to offensive. It's going to deal a ton of damage, and it's going to help your team a lot getting kills per second and dealing damage per second. But it's going to come with the drawback of no supply backpack, no shield backpack, no taser K9, the arc K9, which may end up being stronger. But it could be really good. But then again, there's the drawback of team kills and self damage, which is going to make this a bit of a hard sell for a lot of people. I feel like you may be required to bring inflammable armor with this, but then again you have the double-edged sickle, which gives you another reason to bring inflammable armor. So I could see this being decent. Again, it could be really good offensively. It's going to kill heavies for you, so that's a big bonus. And the 1-2, the 2-in-1 weapon, the assault rifle part, I would hope is going to be on par with something like the Liberator, but then again the Liberator is already one of the strongest primary weapons in the game, so I don't think the assault rifle definitely needs to be on par with the Liberator, but the grenade is basically going to be this weapon's niche, so the grenade has to be really good. And I don't mean really good as in a few hundred damage of heavy penetration. I mean at least 1000 damage of anti-tank penetration. I think that will be absolutely required for this to be good basically and usable. But yeah, at least it is a pretty fun idea to have this be firing the machine AR on small enemies and then whip out the 40mm grenade on a heavy, and I could see that being a lot of fun. So definitely a great design. Let's hope that they nail the balance. Next up in this article is the armors, and the Warband is going to come with the light armor set and the heavy armor set. So I am kind of hoping that the medium armor is going to be in the superstore, because the armor passive that this offers is very interesting, because it says that you're going to be more steadfast against staggering and ragdolling attacks. Now, what that means exactly is definitely up for the future. Maybe it can save you from Wars Riders, which would be really good. Maybe it only saves you from melee ragdoll attacks, which would also be decent, but yeah, it would still be decent. You could melee fight the overseers with the spears, and you wouldn't be ragdolled, which would already be pretty cool. But yeah, if it saves you from Wars Riders, then I could see this being one of the best armor passives in the game. And they didn't mention the chainsword. Yeah, they didn't mention the chainsword, which is interesting, but yeah, we are also going to be getting a chainsword, which is a really cool concept. I absolutely love it. It's one of the coolest things in 40k, even though I don't really care for Warhammer. But yeah, a chainsword, it's a great idea. I just really hope that it's going to have the right penetration value and damage value, because it's going to be a support weapon. No, if it was a secondary, then you don't need to give it like super high stats. But since it's a support weapon, it definitely needs to be on par with things like the laser cannon and the heavy machine gun and the quasar cannon, which is a tall order for a melee weapon, but I am definitely hoping that they nail it. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. The most important thing is that the concept for this warbond is absolutely incredible. Of course, you can also see the patterns and cosmetics. Those are entirely subjective, but I think it's an objective fact that the concepts in this warbond are awesome, and I am beyond hopeful that they nail the balance. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.